Act 1, November 3rd, 1886, 10 o'clock on the morning of the Emperor's birthday. The tea room Shinkante atop a hillock in the spacious garden of Count Kageyama's mansion. There's a rivulet beside the hut, hence the name Shinkan. Purling, along with chrysanthemums, stepping stones, a stone wash basin, and bamboo water pipe. To the right of the tea room, you look down on a rear gate and a guard's hut at the foot of the hill. And there's the suggestion that you can see the Hibiya Army parade ground in the distance at stage left. The path of stepping stones starts from stage right, goes around the tea room, then leads to stage left. Under the eaves of the tea room hangs an old frame with Shinkante written on it. As the curtain rises, a maid is arranging several zabuton cushions on the decorative veranda. Another maid is preparing tea and cookies. Soon, from stage right, headmaid Kusano appears carrying a telescope and leading 4 female guests. The group is headed by Sueko, the wife of Marquise Daito Fuji, and her daughter, Akiko. Following them are Noriko, the wife of Army General Miyamura, and Sadako, the wife of Baron Sakazaki. Everyone is in formal Western dress.
Here, please make yourself at home, ladies. My lady and the others will be joining you shortly.
You need not fuss about us. We can take care of ourselves.
May I borrow your telescope?
Please.
Oh my, it's so pretty. All the feathers on their hats fluttering in the wind.
Can you see your husband?
But there are so many hats.
You know, it isn't as if there were a great many generals in the army.
Oh yes, I see him. Look at his mustache. He was applying a lot of brilliantine to it before he left this morning, and that worked. Both ends are leaping to his ears. He keeps looking toward us. What shall I do if he finds out that I'm taking a peek at his braid from a spot like this?
Don't worry, there's no way he can see you.
Can you see the master of this house?
I should give him a look, shouldn't I? After all, we are in his house. My, what a terrible swirl of dust. The whole training ground is blanketed. Now the cloud of dust has receded. Where's the master of this house? Count Kageyama. Why doesn't he just raise his hand as a signal?
I'm certain that he's in His Majesty's tent.
If he's in the tent, it's no good. Even those at the outer fringe are in full dress uniform. All you see are their glittering chests, and their faces are hidden in the tent.
Marquis Daito Fuji doesn't go to parades, does he?
No, he's just elegant from head to toe and is terrified of horses, soldiers, and marches.
The cavalry march has started. Oh, how brave they look. I can clearly see the imperial banner in the front. There's that wind again. The dust has blanketed the whole thing. Why don't you take a look?
Oh no, I don't have to really.
She's her father's child.
Isn't Lady Asako late?
She's deliberately late. She's extremely attractive. While these ladies are attentive, while these ladies are watching their husbands, she is purposely staying away. You know, every year on the morning of the Emperor's birthday, we go to the court to congratulate His Majesty, and on our way home, we come here. This is the only place where you can see the Imperial Review from a place much higher than His Majesty. Anyway, I can't help wondering why the Emperor's birthday is always so beautiful and balmy. The last florid day of autumn before the onset of winter. The fragrance of chrysanthemums. The lucid, dry morning air. Look! All the trees in the spacious garden, the sheen over the pond, the way the roofs of the main building spread out in a leisurely fashion. And the shapely small pine tree on the islet in the pond. In every nook and corner, happiness seems to live, holding its breath. Don't you think? Your sad face does not become this view.
But mother, isn't it the case that only a sad person is qualified to look at a beautiful landscape? Happy people don't need a landscape.
That would mean that the owner of this garden is not happy.
Mrs. Kageyama did not go to the court to congratulate His Majesty this year, either. When wives accompanying their husbands is finally becoming accustomed to Japan, too.
It would be even odder if she did not go to the ball at the Rokumeikan tonight. Count Kageyama himself is the host. Shall we all try to persuade her?
No, she'd never attend it. Though she doesn't look it, she's stubborn, and once she decides not to attend it, she will not do so.
But that would put the Count in a difficult position. He loves socializing so much he practically runs the whole Rokumeikan himself, but his wife is so retired.
Where does her retired nature come from? I'm afraid she's hesitant about showing herself in public. She was a famous geisha in Cheyambashi, yes, but we don't see why she ought to be concerning about such a thing. Have we once indicated to her by any gesture that we want to treat her differently from ourselves?
You shouldn't say that, but that isn't the only reason. I have confidence that I know her better than anyone else. Yes, one reason may be that she's from Shambhaji, but even in those days she was a specialist in the matters of love and sex. But aren't we women all doctors in that field? More or less, men are, as it were, engineers, and we are the ones who are responsible for theory and logic. And she dislikes politics. She dislikes everything official. That's because an official place is where lies and falsities begin. Men's lying is nurtured all in the public world.
But isn't the geisha world a world of lies and calculations?
But that's where weak women tell lies only to protect themselves. She dislikes going to official places because their women, like men, learn to tell lies voluntarily.
Are you saying that we've become bigger liars than she?
I have. She's different. She always treasures the emotions her own skin feels. Yes, her husband has tried very hard and countless times to bring her out to official functions. Provided her with a dance teacher and provided her with a French tailor. She must have many more evening dresses than I do tucked away in her closet, I can guarantee it. Her dancing is impeccable and she looks elegant in Western dress. But yet she stubbornly wears a kimono with a trailing skirt and never appears at any official function, no matter what it is.
In this new wonderful age?
In this age where women are able to bask in the sun for the first time in hundreds of years?
No, but no one can criticize someone for her taste.
Here she comes, walking up the path by the spring water.
She's finally coming.
You understand? Be patient until I bring it up.
Welcome, everyone. I do not know how to apologize for having kept you waiting for such a long time.
No need for stiff formalities. We were just discussing if there is some way of inducing you to come to the ball at the Rokumeikan.
You must be joking. I'm such an old-fashioned woman. I can't possibly go to such a fashionable place.
This garden is wonderful, no matter when I look at it.
We don't take enough care of it. Incidentally, Mrs. Miyamura, have you seen your husband?
Yes, I could spot him easily because of his mustache.
His is certainly a magnificent mustache.
He's only fastidious about grooming his horses and his mustache, and he doesn't even try to look at me when I'm in Western dress like this.
I must go now. I must be home before my husband returns from the parade.
Same here. I'm afraid I must be going. Thank you for having us.
I'll come with you to the gate.
I have something I'd like to discuss with you.
I see. Come, Kusama. Would you please have the maids escort the ladies? Or, I must excuse myself now. Why don't we go inside? There I can listen to your story and be more relaxed.
You handled the two of them splendidly. Even hypocrisy becomes something like a fragrant bouquet in your hands.
What a terrible thing to say. The only thing I do is give an appropriate bouquet to everyone.
Savage you. But I came here to ask your advice about my daughter because you are like that and I can count on you. I want my daughter to live the new age fully, live the kind of life I cannot. In that sense, her love affair is mine as well.
She's such an innocent child. And you say she's in love?
She is. Both her parents are from aristocratic families, but like her ancestors who did not know what to do with their long sleeves, she loves radical things. True aristocratic blood is radical blood. Just as only the rich can despise money, so can we with a warehouse full of conventions despise conventions. An irresolute man like my husband can't be called an aristocrat.
You mean she's having a radical love affair? With her lovely face. Who is her lover? Could it be the blue-eyed foreigner?
I like foreigners, but Akiko does not, do you?
Did she fall in love with someone from the lower class?
No, he isn't a man from the lower class, but he's on the side of that class.
Don't tell me he's a remnant of the Liberal Party.
He is a remnant of the Liberal Party, most likely.
He is.
I understand why you are alarmed. Those remnants are the enemy of your husband. They are rumored to be trying to kill him.
They are?
Come, Akiko, tell her everything. A woman in the coming age must be able to talk about herself clearly.
Well, it was at the end of summer. River was still rising, and father would not allow me to go out. But mother and I secretly slipped out to see current circus houses.
Have you seen current circus horses?
No, not yet.
You haven't? They're so wonderful.
Neither of us had gone out for quite a while, and the horses were wonderful, so we were excited.
The way those two horses danced under Shireen's direction.
Their names were Fugal and Ryumitsu.
They danced to music, bonnets with glittering stars on their heads. They were like two Pegasuses. I was sure wings were hidden under the flesh of those white horses' shoulders.